Welcome to ICMK. In this video, we talk about some Mortal Kombat 12 roster predictions. I want to get these predictions out before any more possible leaks occur. If you haven't heard, two characters I've predicted, Reptile and Reiko, have both been leaked, and these leaks are likely legit. Now before we dive deep into this, some background on my prediction history and how I'm so accurate. I have studied the rosters of the past Mortal Kombat games, and I have noticed multiple trends related to the process of how the rosters are chosen. Basing predictions off of past roster trends, I have had about 84% correct rate with my roster predictions of MKX and MK11. So yes, I get a couple wrong here and there. Though who else besides me predicted the likes of Jacqui and Baraka returning in MK11? Matter of fact, I was only wrong about 3 base roster characters of MK11. With that out of the way, let's get into some MK12 predictions. Where to start? Well, how about the setting? Mortal Kombat has always taken place relatively in modern day. I do not believe MK12 will take place in the distant past. Maybe we will get the first chapter set in that time, at best. MK12 will take place modern day. Now on to the roster. First characters need to talk about is Cassie Cage and Jacqui Briggs. In a way, most of the roster will actually be built around these two characters and the story they want to tell. Ever since MKX, the debut of these two characters, many fans have had concern that they could be potential replacements for old-time beloved classics. Worry about the likes of Sonya, Jax, and Johnny Cage, because of these two new characters, that are their children. As you know, all those characters have coexisted on both MKX and MK11's roster. But here's the thing. Cassie and Jacqui are actually meant to take over for old-time classics, and have slowly been groomed to do just such over the past 2 games. So yes, Jacqui Briggs and Cassie Cage will be in MK12, and the agenda to get them over will continue. However, MK12 will be their first true test, as Jax and Sonya will not be in MK12. Yes, the ones being replaced are indeed Sonya and Jax. Johnny Cage, though he is the father of Cassie and Cassie has some of his traits, Johnny isn't really a part of this situation. And yes, Johnny Cage will be in MK12. There is multiple reasons why they have been orchestrating the rise of Cassie and Jacqui, and the fall of Sonya and Jax. Mainly because they always wanted those two characters to be more popular than they are. Sonya has always been up and down in popularity, and Jax never was a top favorite that they wanted him to be. This is why Sonya for the past 2 games has been purposely sabotaged to be an unlikable character. This is why nothing major has been done with Jax, and clearly more of a focus on Jacqui. This is why Cassie defeated Shinnok and Cassie freaking Cage is essentially the MKX champion. It is all a part of an agenda to recreate the Sonya and Jax dynamic, but attempt to get it over and do it better than ever before. With Jax and Sonya sitting out, there is a third character that will sit out due to this, as he is as tethered to Sonya as Jax is. That character is Kano. I don't know if all 3, Kano, Sonya, and Jax, if they will all end up getting killed off or not, but the 3 essentially come as a package. And I don't think Kano will be needed due to another returning character. As a part of the Cassie and Jacqui agenda, they are going to need rivals. I predict that these rivals will actually be 2 returning characters from the 3D era. I am talking about Kira and Kobra. I really do think that Kira and Kobra are going to return in a revamped matter, similar to Frost in MK11. I think Kira will continue to carry over some Kano traits, and could possibly be retconned to be his daughter. though I do not think the retcon is needed. I believe Kira and Kobra are actually going to kill Sonya and Jax, and that is the igniter for a blood feud between Cassie and Jacqui versus Kira and Kobra. I imagine they will get revenge in MK12, and depending on how fans react, this could be a one and done feud, or spawn of a new long-term feud. Now you might be yelling at your screen, I see, no way are trash bin characters like Kira and Kobra coming back in MK12. Nobody even wants them, and I totally understand anyone that feels that way. However, Kira and Kobra are relatively unknown to the vast majority of today's MK fan base. Bringing back revamped versions of those characters will be bringing back 3D era characters to get a second chance, which they would get credit for, at least to some degree. And these two characters would come off more as new, more so than returning. Or in other words, killing two birds with one stone, similar to what they did with Frost in MK11. A new trend that has begun with MK11 is bringing back old characters, but making them like new, and having them take up some new character spots. The likes of Frost and Scarlet and how they are like new is the reason why MK11 only has 3 new characters. Bottom line, the inclusion and return of Kira and Kobra, it all revolves around the Cassie and Jacqui agenda. To conclude for this video, Jax, Sonya, and Kano will not be an MK12 playable roster. Cassie Cage, Jacqui, Kira, Kobra, and Johnny Cage will be base roster for MK12. Reptile and Reiko have been leaked, and I honestly have had them both pegged for months now to be in MK12. The likes of Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, Kang, and Kitana, they are staples of Mortal Kombat, and those 5 will probably never miss a core game going forward. I do have full roster predictions, but let's leave it at that for this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you consider to subscribe and leave a like. See you later on ICMK.